Hello there! Welcome to Table for One, my video series where I play solo board games. Um, I said video series because if anyone's watched these in the past, I used to say live stream, but this one is recorded, and I think I'm going to be recording them moving forward. Number of reasons. One, I thought live streaming might help keep me on target, but clearly it didn't because I don't produce these things very often. And this way I can, make sure the video is nice and clean and just, kind of have fun with it. So, yeah, if you were interested, if you were wondering why this isn't live, that's cause. So yeah, strap in for more of that. But needless to say, nothing else is going to change. It's still going to be one long recorded stream of consciousness kind of event. So I hope you've been enjoying them because more of that is definitely on the way. But so tonight, we are going to be checking out some Final Girl. I'm hopping on the bandwagon. I've heard really good things, etc., etc. Just looked pretty cool, and game design for solo play is definitely gonna get me interested. So, without further ado, let's go and look at some Table for One here. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I might have done something. Hold on, I messed up. I forgot my overlay thingy. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There we go. Ready? Bam. Oh, what happened? Oh no, I didn't do it right. All right. Well, again, like I said, it's going to be all the usual shenanigans that you've come to expect from me. In that I'm not keeping myself remotely on track or anything. So, whatever, we'll deal with it next time. I'll get that nice little Final Girl overlay in the corner next time. But for now, let's get some tunes going. Where's the tunes? There's the tunes. Make sure it's repeating so that it doesn't just go dead silent when I think there's lots of music. All right, Final Girl. Let's dive in. If this is your first time watching my series, yeah, this is what I do. I play games and pretend to know things, although I don't really. So, I assume those watching have a rough idea what Final Girl is, but if you don't, it's a game where you play as the final girl fighting against the horror movie monster. It's all over social medias right now, so you can't really miss it. Tonight, I'm doing Dr. Fright, the Dream Doctor, against Nancy. I have Dr. Fright, and I've got, what's the other one? The Geppetto box. So I figured I'd start with this. I feel like the dream sequence and the boiler room stuff over here is probably easier to deal with than the minions and the puppets, but I could be wrong. But anywho, let's go ahead and dive in. What am I doing? The last thing I forgot to do, I set up everything beforehand to make sure I didn't screw anything up, but of course I forgot to finish doing that. I was supposed to technically reveal an event card. Shuffle the event locations, place them face down. I already did, blah, 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 blah. Draw the top card and follow the instructions, and then we get to start. Friendly neighbors. We're all family here on Maple Lane. Roll an extra horror die when resolving convince actions. Nice. That should be helpful. Okay, so now I get to actually go. And I'm using my little rule book here to keep track of stuff. My first time playing, so bear with me. If you see me make mistakes, by all means, put them in the comments below and let me know what I might have done wrong. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see what happens. The goal of the game is to basically take your final girl and kill the bad guy before he kills you. And that's basically it. I don't think there's too many other ways for the game to end other than that. I got a handful of cards. You start with all the freebie ones, the zeros, and then these are all the cards I can buy for myself later on. So right now it really is just kind of like, explore the map, try to rescue some of the victims, find items, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is... you can see over here on Maple Lane, it's kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know, is that trademark? Should I not say it? Nightmare on Maple Lane. There's houses and street spaces and stuff. Houses I can search in. Street spaces are street spaces. I can't go into somebody's house unless they invite me in via the convince card that I need to buy later. So right now I'm just going to kind of wander around. In my streaming setup, obviously, I've tried to keep it compact so I can fit it all. there's 4 quadrants: northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast, and I've kind of lined up my inventories over here. So if you're trying to follow along, that's what's going on. So I'm in the southwest, which would be the second stack. So maybe I could find a crucifix if I go searching, which is a card I have. No, I have to buy the search card, right? Again, first time. Yep, there it is, search card. Okay, so I can't even search right now. Focus, sure. Weak attack does me no good. Okay. I mean, I guess I could technically try to attack the bad guy, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to walk for however many spaces I'm allowed to. So I'll put that there. That's my spent cards. Nice glare, so you don't even have to worry about it. All right, so we are in level 4 on the horror track, which means I get to roll 2 dice. And I'm looking for successes to see if I can walk somewhere. And I got 2 successes, so I can move up to 2 spaces. And again, I can't really do much. I could go try to attack Dr. Fright, I guess. I don't really know if I'd want to, but can I see? Is not able to attack you, and you are not able to attack him. That's right. I have to kill him in the dream, just like you would expect. So, but I can go save people, but I have to be invited in to save them. So it's really a no-win scenario for Nancy right now. So I think what I'll do, since they're all inside houses, is I will prepare myself for searching. So I'm going to go into this house here, and I'm going to move the time down 1. And yeah, I think that's probably it for the walk. I think I might try to focus. Let's see. Because, again, my first time playing, allow me to get the rules out here. Just gotta see, I know I can discard cards for time to buy other cards later, but I gotta remember what it is. Discarding action cards to gain time. At any point before it ends, you may discard as many as you wish for +1 time each. Yeah, okay. I might do that. Yeah, all right. So first, I'm going to try to focus. That is, I'll put that there so you can see. I'm going to roll a dice and hopefully gain some time and reduce the horror level if I'm lucky. And I got a nada and a 2-carder. So the little 2-card symbol on the dice means that I can sack 2 cards in order to gain a success. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of the walk and the short rest cards that I have in my hand to do so, especially the short rest, because that functions differently in this scenario. As you might imagine, short resting is not exactly great when the dream demon, the dream doctor, is your bad guy. Let's see. If you want to go to sleep, you can do so by resolving short rest or long rest. Regardless, you apply the normal effects and fall asleep. No, thank you. Not right now. But anyway, so I get 1 success. So the horror track goes down by 1, as does my time. And that's my focus. What do I got left? I got another focus I could try, and I got a weak attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to focus again and hope that I roll really well, because that'll give me time. Let's see. Success and a 2-carder. Well, I only have 1 card, so I can't afford to do the 2-carder, but I do still get 1 success. So I'm going to reduce the horror track by 1. I'm going to lose 1 time down to 3, and I'm going to put the focus there. I'm then going to discard my last card, the weak attack, to gain a time. And that is the end of my action phase because I have no more cards left. So now I go to the planning phase, which, according to my handy-dandy little guide right here, is purchase cards, reset time to 6, return action cards in discard pile to the tableau. So basically the way it works is I can now buy stuff from over here. Once I'm done doing that, it goes back to 6 to start the next thing, and then all of these cards become available to purchase the next go-around. So, yes, I know I cannot purchase the doohickey. 10 cards in hand, I don't have to worry about that. What do I want to buy? I have 4 time. Well, I definitely want to buy a search for 2. 1, 2. Because I want to be able to search the house and find maybe a crucifix, I guess. I'll have to see what searching does when I get there. And then I'm going to buy a convince for 1 because I need to be able to get people to follow me so I can rescue them, because when I save them, Nancy gets stronger. Let's see. I have 1 time left. I could buy another convince, and that's probably it, actually. I don't see any other 1s. Screw it. I'll buy another convince. Taking me down to 0. Giving me my 2 convinces. When you finish purchasing, reset the time marker to 6, yada, yada, yada. All right, so I'm going to reset the marker to 6. And return action cards in the tableau, in the discard pile to the tableau. Well, every card that I played was my starting hand. So there's nothing to put in the tableau. They're all zeros. So basically, I'm just going to put them down here. There, right off the screen, barely. I can purchase them later for free because they're zeros when it becomes that turn. But right now, it is the killer phase. Dun, dun, dun. First, I'm going to resolve the killer action. Then I'm going to draw a terror card. So, this will go a lot faster once I've done this a few times. During this phase, killer acts in other locations related, blah, blah, blah. There's the rules. Resolve the action is indicated on his little card up here, which is target either Nancy or a victim and attack them. So, he is going to, let's see, they follow the little lines and stuff, so he could go into a house or over here. He doesn't move, though, does he? No, it doesn't look like he does. Unless when the move icon is present in the killer action, the killer will move toward the target number of spaces. Okay, so he doesn't move, I guess? I mean, I think he's going to move because of the terror card, but right now he doesn't do anything. So, yeah, he just sits there, doesn't attack anybody because there's no moves. So now we draw a terror card. That's this lovely deck right here. And let's see what he does. Never sleep again. Increase the horror level by 1. So all my hard work for naught. I fall asleep. That's not great. Okay, so this is the tricky stuff. This is specific to Dr. Fright. So I take the awake card. I put it, without flipping it, over here. And I flip the whole deck so it's asleep on top. And then underneath is the boiler room stuff. So I am now asleep. If you were already asleep, you may reveal the boiler room deck if you wish. If you do not, resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase. And then it says, if you do not, resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase. Well, I don't choose to do that because I wasn't already asleep. And because I don't do that, I do the boiler room at the end of the killer phase. Let's see. Okay, so I have to resolve the boiler room at the end of the killer phase. And that's all he does. The horror goes up, all this stuff happens, but now I don't really have a lot of space. I'll discard down over here where all my other discards were. There we go. I'll just put it down here. Whatever. You guys know what's going on. Plus, I'm playing for me and filming for you guys secondarily. Oh, I could have bought Close Call. That was a oneer. Anyways, I'm losing my mind. So, the boiler room. This is where it gets a little funky. If you do not resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase. Let me just see. Just double checking something. When you are awake, blah, 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 blah. You may move around the board, attack Dr. Fright, etc. Can now attack you. Resolve all actions as normal. Victims will not follow. You must resolve 1 boiler room card at the end of the killer phase. Yes. So I have to do an additional 1. So I have to do 2. So the way it works is I take this top card and I have to slide it a direction and see what happens. So I'm going to go up. And look! There's Dr. Fright's face on the first card, which means he attacks me. And he attacks me no matter where I am, I believe. If there's an illustration visible in the new card, he attacks you. It doesn't matter if he's currently in your space or not. He's able to reach you within the boiler room from anywhere on the board. Awesome. So he's going to attack me for 1 damage. And yikes. All right, I'll take that one damage because I have to. And that is that, I believe. And then I have to do the second one. So now I have to slide these two cards a certain direction to reveal, like, again, another half. And the way it works is he's in this bottom right corner. He's not going to show up again in the bottom right corner. So I can kind of try to hedge my bets. I'm going to attempt to go up. And of course, I reveal him again because that's just the way this game is clearly going to go. So I take another damage. I'm going to put these kind of catty corner over here. It's the one thing about recording and streaming all this stuff is, table space is not my friend. So anywho, that is the end of the killer phase. The panic phase, if a victim was killed this turn, panic all victims in the killer space, but they weren't and he didn't, so that's all set. So now, upkeep, nothing really happens, and it becomes my turn. All right, so relatively straightforward. Now it's my turn to play action cards. I'm going to hold on to the convinces, because why not? I am going to search. I'm going to roll 2 dice, because I'm still in that phase of horror. And of course, I got 2 cards and 2 cards. So if I want to find an item, I have to get rid of both of my convinces, which I don't really want to do. But it is what it is. So let's see. Discard to ignore any horror level increase or end an enemy's movement when they're in an adjacent space for the crucifix. And if I did that, take the top item card at your space. I don't really like the crucifix, so I'm not going to bother. That's just going to be a waste. I'm going to hold on to my convince cards, and I'm going to just end the action phase. So super easy, super quick. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the planning phase. I've got my 2 convince cards. I'm going to buy all of my zeros again, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, hold on. I can only have up to 10 cards in my hand. So I've got 2. Maybe for sure I want to buy the 2 walks. Just double check. Victims will not follow you, nor are you able to save them. All right, so I have to wake up if I want to save victims, which I believe I can just do as actions on my turn. So I'm going to walk. I've got my 2 convinces. I'm going to take a focus. And I think that'll be it for now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can have 5 more cards, and I have 6 time to spend with. I'm going to buy Close Call for 1. I'm going to buy I got 5 left. I got lots of options here. I'm going to buy a Sprint for 2. And I am going to... I got 3 left. I'm going to buy a Distraction for 3. Puts me at 0. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in my hand. I'm going to, in case I have to do stuff, I'm going to take a short rest as well card, just because then I can use it to spend for other cards. You must resolve all cards in the boiling deck. You can choose to resolve as many as you wish during the action phase, including none, but you must always resolve 1 and exactly 1 during the killer phase. As such, you will have some control over how long. Well, I happen to know, clearly, that this guy popped out here and here. So if I move this card up, boom, I am 1 step closer to waking up because nothing happened. However, I know I'm going to have to resolve one of these at the end of the killer phase, so I'm not going to do both of them right now. So that's going to be technically that should have happened in the action phase. I'm playing a solo game, so I don't really care. I'm going to slightly cheat. I would have done that and then bought my cards. Whatever. Haha! It's not cheating. I rewound it. I'll put all the cards back, and I take well. All right, so reset the timer back to 6. Return action cards in the discard pile to the tableau. So the search card will go back. I'll put that somewhere else. All right, come here, you sleepy deck. I'll just line these up. I like the mechanics, but they are a table hog. Oh, I think I forgot an event card. Oops. No. When do event cards happen? I don't think I missed an event card. Page 30. When do events happen? At the start of the game, and more events may be revealed during the course when indicated by the icon. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm fine. Okay, so that would be the killer's... That would be the action phase and the planning phase. So the killer phase, he is going to attack me for 1 damage because I am asleep now, so he can do so. So there's my last remaining heart before I die, or potentially die. And then, what am I going to do? I'm going to do a terror card. That's right. So now terror card, please, please, please. But you can't be here, you're dead. Do the following based on how many victims have died. 0, fall asleep. I already am asleep. Otherwise, the blood stuff would go up. I can't remember what it's called. The bloodlust, I think is what it is. Then he is going to move towards either me or the victim, whichever's closest. He's going to target me or the closest victim. He will move once with a movement rate of 1, and then he will attack. So he's going to go into this house, and he is going to slaughter the victim. Blah. And this goes to the dead victim side. Boom. Every time a victim dies, the bloodlust, boop, goes up by 1. And movement stays the same. Damage stays the same. Horror goes up by 1. Bloop. And that is that. And then the boiler room phase, I'm going to move it up. Oh, look. No Dr. Fright. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to shuffle them. Try not to look. It'll be easier as I read the instructions. As you resolve, you'll be able to reduce when you successfully exit the boiler by revealing all 4. Immediately shuffle from them face down. Place the asleep awake card on top with the awake side showing. So, shuffled, awake. I am now awake. Hooray! The panic phase. If a victim was killed this turn, panic all victims in the killer space. There are none, thankfully. So now it becomes my turn. I have a short rest, which could heal me. However, I don't really want to go to sleep again. We'll see. We'll see. It's the action phase. I got lots of stuff to do. So first, I am going to... First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk. See how many spaces I can walk. I can currently walk up to 1 space. I have a lot of cards here. I'm going to walk 1 space out to that green exit. There's 1. I'm then going to I'm going to convince. Play the convince card. I get to roll 2 dice. Wish I could roll more, but wait. Roll 1 extra when resolving convince card actions. Haha! 3 dice. I'm going to push these. I'm not cheating, I swear. I got 2 successes. Enter an adjacent house. Bloop. Hello. Hello, citizen. I'm here to rescue you. Now I'm going to walk, which is 2 dice. Oh, son of a biscuit. All right. Well, the reason I'm doing that, in part, is because, and I'm going to get rid of... Actually, hold on. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of the short rest card, and I'm going to get rid of the focus card. So there's 2. To turn it into 1 success, move up to 1 space, and then lose a time. Oh, wait. I think I messed that up. 1 second. Supposed to lose 1 time because of the first walk that I played. The convince, I didn't lose any time. And then I'm moving up to 1 space and losing another time. So that's fine. I can bring the victim with me, and as soon as they enter that green exit space, they're saved. Hooray. And they can come down to my card. And I'm going to cover, very obviously, the first victim space so I can get 2 of my hearts back so that I do not die right away. And then I'm going to attempt to sprint. I got 1 success, which is move up to 2 spaces. I'm going to use my close call, play after any horror roll, to re-roll any 1 die or re-roll all for 2 time. I'm going to re-roll the blank, and that turned into a 2-carder. So I could get rid of these 2 cards, and that would let me move up to 3 spaces. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick with I'm just looking at the lines to see like where I can go into stuff. I'm going to go 1, 2 to the intersection. Time goes down by 1. I'm going to attempt a distraction. Come on, no whammies. I don't think I failed and have forgotten to fail yet. I probably did. And you know what? The game's punishing enough as is, so for now I'll let it go. But I will remember moving forward. There you go. I failed. So the horror goes... I can either have the horror go down, but then I lose 4 time, or it can go up and I lose 2 time. Got my convince card that I'm holding on to. I'm going to have the horror go up by 1 so that I only lose 2 time. That way I can buy a card over here, potentially. Distraction is done. All right. Well, probably not the best decision, but what are you going to do? All right. So now the planning phase. I get to purchase cards. I have 1 time that I can spend. So I will just go ahead and buy a close call because that's all I can afford. I'll also buy my remaining zeros that I saved from last time, which was a weak attack and a focus. So I'll have 4 cards at least going into the next action phase. I'm going to reset this to 6, and then I'm going to reset the tableau cards. So I've got a distraction, got a sprint, close call, 0, 0. Those just go in my 0 pile for later. A convince was somewhere else. That's right, because the walk goes into my 0 stack, and I'll just put the convince kind of like that. Okay, so I have 4 cards in my hand for the next go around. However, it is now the killer's turn. So first we resolve his action. He is going to target anybody in his space and attack them. Nobody's there, thankfully. So now we terror card it. He is going to... Whoops. Oh my god, he's slicing his own fingers. Blah. He is going to target the closest meeple of any kind and move 2 spaces. So he's going to go... it looks like it's the same for everybody because they're that one and I'm there. So he's going to go 1, 2. Dr. Fright takes damage unless he only has a final health token remaining. Oh, sweet. I will happily do that. If Dr. Fright took damage, the horror goes up 3 and you and all victims in his space panic. Well, thankfully there's no panic. However, 1, 2, a 3. The bloodlust goes up by 1. So now his movement becomes 2. And then I gotta remember, I think it just stops at the bloodlust. And I think it kind of like bounces off the bloodlust and just sits at 6. I gotta remind myself. Well, not remind, this is the first time I've done this. 20 and 29. Reaches the maximum for the rest of the game, it will trigger the final effect for each additional increase to bloodlust. Oh, okay. So it hits the maximum, and then it goes up, and boom, triggers the bloodlusty doohickey. Wait, no, I'm reading that wrong. Must be increased by 1. Apply any special effects shown on the new row and take note of the killer's new movement and attack values. If Bloodlust reaches the maximum... Oh, wait. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Bloodlust and Horror. Horror level 4 and 16. I think it just bounces. I don't think it resets. That's what I meant. Either the track and decreasing your injury would make it leave the track. Leave the marker where it is. Instead, take the bonus penalty indicated. That's right. Okay. So it goes here, and it bounces off there, and Bloodlust goes up by 1 to 2. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Nobody panics because nobody's there, and that's his terror card. So that's that. That's done. There's no panic in the panic phase. Upkeep phase, nothing really happens, so it becomes my turn. I am still awake. I can't move, however, because I don't have any movement cards. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... I really misplayed this. I'm just going to attempt to focus. I am going to roll 2 dice. No, 1 dice, because I'm at maximum horror level. And I biffed it. I'm going to re-roll 1 dice with my close call. Ooh, I got a success, which means the horror level goes down by 1, as does my time. Boop, boop. Definitely a good trade-off. All right, I'm going to the 5 for purchase for next time. Okay, I'm fine. I'm not going to sack any of my... I'm going to sack the weak attack to gain a time, because I don't plan on attacking him anytime soon just yet. I need more stuffs. Actually, I am close to him, and I do need to heal myself, but do I have my short rest, or did I spend it? I do have my short rest. Okay, I'll be able to get that this time. Okay, so I'm going to hold on to my weak attack and stay at 5. Okie dokie. All right, so that was the action phase. Now I go to the planning phase to purchase action cards. So I've got Convince and Weak Attack left. I am going to purchase I've got a Convince, so I'm just going to hold on to that. I'm going to attempt... We got 5? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm going to buy a... Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Oh, man, I really don't know what I want to do. I'm going to buy a guard for 2, because I do need to watch out and make sure I don't get ganked. So it puts me down to 3. And then I'm going to buy... I'm going to buy an improvise... No, I'm going to buy a distraction for my last 3. 1, 2, 3, which puts me at 0. And then I'm going to buy some zeros that I had left over. Both walks. Focus on a short rest, probably. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. I'm going to reset the time back up to 6. I'm going to put these back in the tableau. So the close call goes there, and my 0 focus goes into the 0 pile. And it now becomes the killer's turn, I believe. Let's see. Yep, return that. Killer action. He doesn't attack anybody because there's nobody in his space. So now we're going to draw a terror card. Endless Sleep. You fall asleep. Kind of what I wanted. Not exactly, but it's not the best. Not the best, not the worst. So flip it down, flip it over. I am now asleep in the boiler room. While this card is in play... Oh, Minor Dark Power. While this card is in play, you must remain asleep. Reset the boiler room immediately upon exiting it. Okay, so Minor Dark Power. I'll just rest that up there. Yeah, good enough. It has 1 health on that Minor Dark Power. And I am now asleep. That's all that happens. Panic, nothing happens. So now becomes the action phase. It's kind of what I was planning on doing anyways, because I wanted to attack him to try to do some stuff. So, all right, I'm going to walk, or at least I'm going to attempt to. Whoa! I dropped a dice. Ah, well, I'll find it later. They give you plenty for it. Okay. The asleep deck can go there. Dice. And a big old fat whiff. Did I buy one of those? No, I didn't buy a close call. Oh no. There's nothing I can do. Move up to one space, taking a damage, and then -2 time. Well, as Bandit would say, it's got to be done. Going to move into the killer space and take a damage. And the time is going to go down by 2. And now it becomes my turn. Or not becomes my turn, it's still my turn. I am going to... Let's see. I'm going to try... What was the one? Did I buy it? No. I thought I bought Improvise, but I did not. That's a big problem with these games. I think I did something and then I didn't, and then I get confused. Okay. I'm going to attempt to weak attack him. I got the 2 cards and a blank, which is no bueno. All right, I'm going to get rid of a... I kind of have to. I'm going to get rid of a Convince, and I'm going to get rid of a Focus to turn the 2 cards into a success, which becomes a damage to him and a damage to me. Yikes. I'm already asleep, so the short rest doesn't actually do anything worse. So I'm going to try to short rest now. Oh, for fudge's sake. All right, so I got 1 success, and I got a 2-carder. All right, well, I'm going to get rid of the 2-carder to turn it into 2 successes, which gives me 2 hearts. Oh, I dropped a heart. That I don't want to lose. That goes here. I'm going to save my guard because I'm probably going to need it. And that is going to be the end of my action phase. I'm going to briefly look for crap that I've been dropping on the floor. Hopefully not knocking everything over or anything. Okay, the dice is still firmly missing. Okay, planning phase. I have 4 time left. I'm going to buy a close call for 1. I'm going to buy a... Search and search. So I can put this Convince right here. There we go. I'm going to buy a 3 time left. I'm going to buy a distraction because I really, 1, 2, 3, want to try to keep that horror level under control. That's my planning phase. I'm going to reset these to 6. The time, that is. I'm going to put all these back in the tableau that need to be... Oh, I'm going to buy the 1 focus that I had remaining from the last time because it's free. Short rest, 0, 0. There you go on my little 0 pile. Distraction, 0, 0. Convince, 0 for walk. Okay, so that's the end of my planning phase. I've got a guard, a close call, a distraction, and a focus. The killer phase, he is going to do a damage to me because he's in my space. Because I could not run away. And now he's going to terror card me. Oh, wait, whoops. I could have action card, or a boiler room card, but I wasn't going to anyway. So he'll do it at the end of the killer phase anyways. Terror card is going to be Hellish Pursuit. What the hell? You have both dark powers. While asleep, you must resolve 1 additional boiler room card at the end of the killer phase if applicable. Oh, wait a minute. I did 1 damage to the killer, which I took off his board, which was inaccurate because I was supposed to take it off of the endless sleep. So this card is now gone. The minor dark power is gone. I believe. I'm just going to double check that. Dark powers. Yep, okay, he no longer has that ability. So that is good. Okay, so now, anyways, I still have to do 2 boiler room actions at the end of his turn. So I'm going to go up. Yay, nothing happened. I'm going to go to the left. Yay, nothing happened. I had to do 2 because of the Hellish Pursuit minor dark power. I'll put the little hearts up there. Maybe I'll remember this time. No panic phase, so it becomes my turn. All right, what am I going to do with my not great cards? I'm just going to... Can't really do anything. He attacked me, and I lost the health. Yes. Yes, I did that. Okay, I did it right. I forgot to use my guard card, however, although maybe I should save it for something bigger. Right now, though, I'm going to attempt to distract him with 2 dice. 2 successes means the horror level goes down by 2, and I gain 2 time. Awesome. You know what? I'll go for broke. I'm gonna play a focus. I got 2 successes. Look at that. Boom. Horror down by 1. Time up by 2. 1, 2. I can't use either of these anyways, but I certainly wouldn't want to push my luck at this point because I am ready for a kick-ass turn now. Okay, so planning phase. Do I want to boiler room it? I have 1 health left, and if he attacks me, he'll do 1 damage to me. I'm going to boiler room it because I want to save some victims if possible. All right, so I'm probably going to take damage. We'll see. Boom! There he is, bottom corner. Okay, so that means I take 1 damage. It's not an attack, technically. I don't believe. Oh, wait, no, it is an attack, so I can play my guard. It's technically an attack that he is doing, so I'm going to guard. I got 1 success for sure, and 2 successes. Yeah, buddy. Ignore all damage. Give me back my 1 heart. And that goes here. And I got a little confused for a second because I was like, wait, is that the killer's phase? No, I explored the boiler room on my action phase. So that's what happened. So now I'm going to explore again. So I know this bottom corner is bad guy free. However, there's 1 card left, and it's a 50-50 shot on whether it's this top corner. I'm going to risk it. Boom, look at that. I managed to wake up. So now I'm going to shuffle the boiler room cards without looking at them as best I can. That was all technically the action phase. That was a good action phase. Let's see what we see. Okay. Planning phase. I have 10 time to spend. I'm going to buy a sprint for 2. Because now that I'm awake, I can't attack him. So I want to get the hell out of that space. And I also want to just kind of figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2 for both convinces. That leaves me with 6. I got a bunch of zeros. I got a walk, a weak, a focus, a short rest, and a walk. I'm going to buy my short rest for free. I'm going to buy a walk for free. I'm going to buy a close call for 1. Oh, I already had one in my hand. So how many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I got 5 time left. I'm going to buy a search for 2. Three left, 3 left. I'm going to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll buy one more distraction for 3, putting me at 0. Okay, so now I'm going to reset the time back to 6. I'm going to put these back in the tableau. So the guard will go on the guard. Focus is a freebie, so it goes back in my stack. Although, hold on. Distraction goes here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go ahead and get my 10th card from my free stack, and that'll be a focus. I'll do the focus. And then now that goes back into my stack. Okay, so that was the planning phase. Do I have any reaction cards? I do not, so I don't really need to worry about holding onto these. So now it's the killer phase. He targets me with an attack, except I'm awake, so nothing happens. Yep, okay. So he attacks me, but he doesn't because I'm awake. And then we do a terror card. They just got hit by a car. Oh, no. If there are no victims in any street spaces, discard and draw another terror card. Otherwise, blah, 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 blah. So I discard it and draw another terror card because there's no victims in the streets. Better lock the door. He targets me and then moves, but he's already in my space, so he doesn't do anything. Then he will attack either me or a victim. However, I'm awake, so he can't attack me, and there's no victim in the space, so that doesn't happen. During the next action phase, you may not move into any house occupied by a victim. Mother Fletcher. That is some bull crap, man. Then at the end of the killer phase, nothing happens. So that's that. All right. Well, son of a biscuit. That's not great. Okay. Well then, let's see. All right. Okay. There's no panic phase. Nobody panicked. So now, turn summary puts me back at the start of the action phase. I got a whole lot of cards to play with now. So, 1, 2. I'm going to sprint to start with. Might as well try to find some items. And, of course, nada. Either way, I take damage, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go close call for 2 time to reroll both of them. I got a success and a twofer. So a success is move up to 2 spaces, which is all I wanted anyways. So I'll do that. I do lose a time, so it puts me down to 3. Okay, so it was these 4 across were basically the 4 up there. So if I go northeast, that would be the fireworks. If I go southeast, that'd be the pitchfork. Spend 2 time to place the fireworks token in your space or an adjacent space, not a house. Whenever the killer must choose a target, they will choose the fireworks instead. Discard fireworks token when the killer enters space where it's located. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but I don't really care. I'd prefer to get the pitchfork or something similar. So I'm going to move 2 spaces southeast. 1, 2. And now oops, I had 3 left. Now I'm going to search. Whoa. A 2 card and a blank. Great. I'm going to spend my other close call, spending 2 time, down to 1, to roll them both again. Yay, 2 successes. Take the top 2 item cards at your space and choose 1. So that would be the pitchfork or the, whoops, the hell is this? The energy drink. Discard this during the action phase and choose one of the following. 3 time gained or move 1 space. I'm going to take the pitchfork. That's way better for right now. Because that's bonus damage. The energy drink, I'm going to put... I mean, 3 times is pretty sweet. I'm going to put it on top, face up. Place the other on top, face up, or underneath, face down. Okay. Did I buy the second search? I did not. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt the distraction card. 1 success means the horror level goes down by 1 and the time goes up by 1. Nice. I'm going to then I'm going to attempt to focus. A twofer and a twofer, otherwise I lose 2 time, which puts me at 0, which is technically not the end, but so you know what? I don't want to end the turn immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a walk. I'm going to discard a walk to gain a time. I'm going to discard a convince to gain a time. And then I'm not going to bother with this, so I'm going to lose 2 time. I have a short rest and a convince. I'm going to short rest. 1 success is I gain a heart. And I lose 1 time, down to 1. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to end my turn. So now, planning phase. I'm going to purchase all my freebies, a walk, a weak attack, and a focus to go along with my remaining convince. And then I have 1 time left. And there are no 1-timers because the 2 close calls are in the pile. So I am done. All of these get reset. So 0, 0. Convince, 0, distraction, search, close call, sprint, close call. I was expecting a lot more that turn, except the stupid terror card kind of boned me there. So I got my 4, and that's it. Everything reset. This goes back to 6. And that is that. That's the planning phase. Killer phase, he would attack me or a victim, but he's not in either of the spaces. So now we terrorize. I'm so sleepy. If you are awake, roll a dice. If the result is less than the current horror level, you fall asleep. So the current horror level is 2, so I just got to not roll a 1. I rolled a 5. Hooray. If you are asleep, resolve a boiler room card, and if you take damage, the horror goes up. Nope, either way. So now he's going to target a victim, and he's going to walk towards them. So he's going to go into this house. Because the rule of the game is usually, typically, if it's worse for you, that's what you're supposed to do. So he is going to go to that victim, to that house with the 2 victims in it. And that is going to be the killer's turn. I don't have to do boiler room because I'm not asleep. No panic to happen yet. So goes the action phase. My turn. All right, I'm going to attempt to walk. Yep. I'm going to attempt to walk. Not much I can do this turn. A twofer and a twofer. Otherwise, I'm going to have stuff not go great. I'm just going to sit where I am. So I'm just going to lose 2 time. Down to 4. I'm going to attempt to focus. Double success. Horror goes down by 1. And I gain 2 time. Oh, yes, indeedy. Now I get to roll 3 dice when I do stuff. Well, I can't use anything else for my cards. I've got 6 to spend, so that's going to be it for me for this turn. So now I'm going to plan. What am I going to plan for? I got 6 time to spend, and I get a lot of cards I can or cannot buy. I'm going to buy a sprint for 2. 1, 2. I'm going to buy a close call for 1. I'm for sure going to take my short rest back for free. And I got 3 left for a... I'm going to spend 2 on a guard. And I don't want to buy the other close call because I want to save it for the next turn. So I think that'll be it for my planning phase. So I reset the time to 6. These go back to where they go, and they're both just my freebies. Oh, and I'm going to take my walk freebie from the stack. So I've got guard, short rest, close call, convince, weak attack, sprint, and walk. That was the planning phase. Killer phase. He attacks a victim or the final girl. There is a victim in the space, so somebody dies in their sleep. Oh no. That goes here, which means his bloodlust goes up by 1. He now does 2 damage when he attacks. He moves 2 still. And his horror goes back down, so I go to 2 dice instead of 3. Boo. Boo. Now we do a terror card. Frankie's coming for you. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, he's going to target a victim and move towards it. If Dr. Fright is in a space with at least 1 victim, the horror goes up by 2. And that's it. Okay, not great, but not terrible. That was the killer phase. That was easy peasy, no panic. No, there was panic because a victim died and the killer's in the space. So there is panic. What is the panic? First time I have to deal with the panic phase. At least 1 victim was killed this turn, which they were. And the victim is in the same space as the killer. Roll a dice for the victim, consult the numbers in the space. Move them indicated direction or leave them where they are if the number's not rolled. Okay, so the victim is going to... I swear it's a 3. I didn't cheat. So the victim runs out into the street. Because the house says 1 to 3. Okay, so that's the panic phase. And that's it, right? Yep, okay. Easy peasy. Action phase. Action phase. Okay. This is pretty great, actually. It's kind of what I wanted. I'm going to attempt to sprint. No. I'm going to walk first. Yeah, I'm going to try to walk. And I do not successfully walk and lose 2 time because of it. Because I don't want to take damage. Now I'm going to try to sprint. For heaven's sake. Okay. I'm going to do the close call and spend the 2 time to re-roll both dice. Yay! Move up to 3 spaces. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then bring them back with me 3 to the green spot, meaning they escape. I get a new thing or power or what have you. I'm going to... I could either get the long rest action card, the planning action card. I could move 2 spaces or I could gain 2 time. I'm going to move 2 spaces. Yeah, I'm going to move 2 spaces. 1 in this. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I can't get in that way. Actually, I thought I could get into this house, but I got to go around the corner to do that. Do I have my short rest card? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I am going to move 2 spaces. I'm going to go 1, 2 into the house with Dr. Fright. I am then going to short rest because I'm going to try to whoop some Dr. Fright buttocks. Oh, of course not. 2 successes or 2 cards and a blank. I don't really want to do any of the... I want to hold on to all my cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal 1. So I'm back up to full. The horror level goes up by 1. Time goes down by 1. And the turn is over. That's a little stop sign. So, and then because I short rested, I am now asleep. So I'm going to take the awake card, go like this, and then flip it, because I am now asleep. And that is that planning phase. I have one time left. First, I'm going to buy my freebies. Focus, focus, and a walk. Putting me at 6 cards in my hand. With my one remaining time, I'm going to buy a close call. That's why I didn't buy the other one. Now I'm going to reset the time to 6, and I'm going to put these back in the tableau. So 0, sprint, close call, and a 0. And now I got a nice handful of cards with which to deal with this guy, maybe. Okay, killer phase. He's going to attack me because he's in my space. He's going to do 2 damage to me if he does. So I am going to guard against that attack. A blank and a discard 2. However, if I fail, I reduce the damage by 1 to a minimum 1. So that's fine. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to let it fail. Not spend any of my resources. I lose a heart. And otherwise, that is his attack on me. Now we go to the terror card. He's going. Oh, jeez. He's going to target me with an attack, of which I cannot do anything. So that's going to be 2 damage to me. And then he's going to move to me. And then he's going to attack me again. And this is where we get to the token. The final health. Am I dead for real? Or did I manage to make it out? Enough damage. Removed equal to the amount of damage. When no normals are left and there remains damage to be applied, their black final health token is revealed. Okay. So he did 2 to me, which would do this, and then he does 2 more, which would flip this. And that becomes... Oh, and I probably jinxed myself. I should have had an extra dice at least once. Let's see. Am I dead? Ah, that's it. Nancy was pulled under. Pick your Nightmare on Elm Street favorite. I think she got grabbed and shoved into the TV like in Dream Warriors. I think it was Dream Warriors. Awesome. Well, I gotta say, other than the table hogness of it, because I have a small table, I love this game and I love streaming it. That was awesome. So, yeah, I don't know. It's my very first game playing, and here let's go back to hello. Very first game playing. I really like it. I'm definitely glad I bought into it. I definitely see more of this in my future, and probably some meeple stickers to go on the meeples. I can't justify buying all the minis again, and because I'll want to paint them and they'll take up space, etc., etc. But I think I might get some meeple stickers. But this was a lot of fun. Now the question is, how do I play it so that I don't die? I think I was doing decent, I guess. I mean, I did like a damage to him. But I don't know. I'm not quite sure what is next for me for Final Girl. I mean, obviously I'm going to keep playing, but I don't know if I want to try Geppetto now. I am excited for when I get more of the boxes to start to mix and match. So like maybe Geppetto and the Puppets, but on Maple Lane, or Dr. Fright is invading the carnival, or any of the fun stuff that you could do with this. But yeah, I had a blast with this. So you should totally subscribe to my channel so you can watch more videos like this. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be doing the solo plays live anymore. I think I'm going to record them. Not to do any kind of crazy post effect stuff or anything, but I can add little hints or things, or zoom in on cards or something. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but you should totally subscribe so that you're here to see all of that happen. And it also just helps the channel, and it helps me. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and look forward to more of this. I guess more for me than for you guys, as far as, well, no, I do this for you because I wouldn't have to stream it. I don't know. I'm rambling. It's what I do. It even says it in the title card, Geeky Ramblings, or in this case, just regular ramblings. But yeah, that's enough. I think I'm done. Have a good night. Bye.